Promise Mascot Agency is, for lack of a better term, pretty wacky, pretty bizarre, and pretty great. You're an exiled Yakuza that walks around with a broom and nicknamed the janitor. You have a giant finger as your partner, which you can also shoot out of your truck like a missile. You run a love hotel turned into a mascot agency, which is an agency that uses mascot to entertain people. And mascots are actual beings, like actual people, not just mascots as we know in our reality, as they have their own emotions and dreams and consciousness and abilities. The premise as a whole is kinda out there, but a closer look at the story, the more you talk to the cast of characters, the more you realize that it's surprisingly grounded, touching, and kinda heartbreaking. But what is Promise Mascot Agency? Why is it touching? Why is it heartbreaking? Well, you're Michi, Shimazu family's top lieutenant during a time when anti-Yakuza laws were strangling the crime families, pushing many to take unexpected actions to survive. An important deal is agreed upon between the Nakamura Alliance and the Ara Federation, which would unite them and protect the Shimazu family from the Fujiwara Syndicate, as the Shimazu family is a subsidiary of the Nakamura Alliance. This deal also happened because of your matriarch, but during this deal involving 12 billion yen, where you and Tokihira, who is your oath brother, were supposed to conduct in secret to ensure that the transaction happened safely, the Fujiwara Syndicate intervened even before the deal was executed, catching you and Tokihira off guard. The ambush leaves you both bloodied and worse, without the money, without sealing the deal, and leaving a target on the family, as your family was in charge of the deal and it was your family's idea anyway. As you were the one in charge, you're blamed for the failed transaction, losing all that money, and the only way to be forgiven is through death, as the crime families are furious after all. But the Shimazu family values are strong, and so they fake your death and you're taken to Kaso-Machi. Didn't expect the premise to be a crime drama, did ya? Yeah, it's kind of serious. Kaso-Machi is a cursed town, as it is said that any Yakuza who lives there will inevitably perish. What may sound like a haven protected from the crime is only really protected from the Yakuza, as the ex-mining town is run by a selfish mayor, halting the town's progress because of his greed. This is where you meet Pinky, who I personally call Pinky Star, half Marshmallow Fairy and half Severed Finger Mascot, who is running a love hotel. But together, you two will turn it into the most lucrative mascot agency to send money back to your matriarch, protecting your family from knives and guns that lurk around them, and kickstarting the town's economy. This cursed town is home to an eccentric and colorful cast that I honestly can't say I dislike any of them. The owner of the train station that takes care of stray cats, the drift mechanic with a love for horror, the business dealer with an overbearing wife, which hey, at least she truly loves him, the fiery, passionate, and aggressive Chiori, and much more. Not to mention the mascots, there are 20 of them and everyone is so great. I mean, besides that Mayor Maeda. Soapbox time. He is a detestable person. The reason why Kaso-Machi is in the decrepit state that it is in is because he wasted the Kyuchu Rejuvenation Fund, a fund given to him by the government to help his struggling town. And just like many corrupted government officials, he pockets it himself. And any deal and any opportunity is given to foreigners, because that way they both pocket the money. The more you play the game, the more you see how the mayor on purpose ruined the town. What a scummy guy. And off my soapbox I go. And as eccentric as the cast may be, as scummy as the mayor is, it almost felt like everything was oddly grounded and coherent. Is the game a crime drama with magical mascots, each with their unique characteristics and abilities that has you misling your fairy severed finger partner in crime? Yeah, it does. There's a lot of unique, a lot of magical things happening, sure. Some dramatic stuff does happen, a good amount of it with humor, but always with a balance and always creating intrigue. There is a mystery afoot, but I won't say too much of that. But it was heartbreaking what many of the townspeople go through, especially considering that these are all things that have actually happened. They just so happen to put funny looking mascots and characters into these sadly common occurrences, but at least it's all fun. Promise Mascot Agency is an open world game with tons to collect, with resource management and a card battling system, a mix you wouldn't really expect but would definitely enjoy. Kaso-Machi is yours to explore, and not only is it used to collect items that the locals either lost or wanted, find secrets, clean shrines which each give you their buffs, and many easy and fun reasons to build a to-do list. It's also used to showcase the town's ruination as you drive around to clean the places by obliterating the trash lying around, which nets you some money and fans. Or to make it to your next destination, Pinky Star will tell you facts about the area or buildings, and you'll grow an understanding of the status of each place or area and their people's needs and wants. Exploration is definitely rewarding gameplay and lore wise. The resource management may sound scary at first, and it did sound scary to me too, but it's actually quite simple. You're expanding your Mascot Agency, the promised Mascot Agency, but you also have to send money back to your matriarch to ensure no one gets stabbed. You'll do this by exploring the island to help the locals start their businesses, opening up gigs for you and your mascots to attend. And with the money you make, not only will you send it back to your matriarch, but you will also invest in the town, which will then open up more gigs and help the local economy. It really is the power of community. Of course, you'll also have to recruit mascots by giving them an offer they can't refuse, giving you employees better suited for set gigs, as every mascot can do a gig, but not every mascot is apt for each one of them. Lastly, the card battling system is very easy. Through your adventures and exploration of Kaso-Machi, you will meet people and convince them to become a mascot support hero. You just have to ask them nicely. Purchase support cards or unlock them through other various means. When your mascot goes to an event, there's a chance that something will go wrong, and if you decide to help them out, which will net you more money and not ruin the mascot's mood, it turns into a card fight. Each event has its own obstacle type, and each hero has their own strengths and weaknesses pertaining to the different obstacle types. Imagine there are 5 elements, each card with all 5 elements, but they will be stronger in some elements and weaker in others. That will dictate how much damage they will deal to the obstacles in the way of your mascot. Each card has its cost. Some can give you more actions, others can let you draw more cards. You can always mulligan if you don't like your starting hand. I personally only lost 2 or 3 times, and I rarely play card games like I used to anymore. It was very simple, fun, and rewarding, as each event has a very encounter you'll help your mascot overcome. And while it might get repetitive for some people, how every intro kind of takes some time, if you can just enjoy the experience, it'll be fine. Not only are you rewarded with money and a happy employee, but your employee feels satisfaction, and if done enough times, you'll unlock life satisfaction conversations, allowing you to get to know your mascot's wants and needs in life and help them achieve them, and in turn they will work better. Who knew that paying attention to your employees will benefit the employer too? My personal favorite is Tofu, which, as you can probably guess, it's a piece of tofu with arms and legs. He suffers from anxiety and the blues. Even if he's doing well, he just can't stop crying. It's all about self-esteem and mental wellness with this guy. And it's great. But what do I think of Promise Mascot, huh? Well, there's so much I want to talk about with the story, the development of the characters, and so many things that I just can't do in a spoiler-free review. But what I can do is say that the 12 hours I put into this game, 12, 14 hours, and mind you, I was driving around collecting a bunch of stuff, solving people's problems and whatnot. It was not only fun, but endearing. Each character is likable, except the major, having even Pinky Star, who I initially felt distaste for, grow on me. The drama had me wondering what would happen next, and the need to grow the agency pushed me to collect the items around Kaso-Machi, get to know the locals and help them, and employ all of the mascots to not only achieve my goal, but to help them achieve their goal too, get to know them. And sure, was the card battling a little bit too easy? Maybe. It's nothing that really took away that much from me. Well, what are you waiting for? You have an agency to run, a town to restore, and a family to protect. Well, and that's it. I highly recommend this game. This game was a blast to play, and the story was surprisingly really nice. It's not what I expected from such a bizarre game. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to Kaizen Gameworks for providing me the key. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the game. See ya.